All right. Shalom. First and foremost, want to give our honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. It's the brother Yeshaya, part of Men Valley, South Carolina. And this lesson right here is going to be titled along the lines of the Netflix movie Power, Slave Patrol, and the military, paramilitary cops. Now, the reason why I got the beloved elder Monoptosok Ba's video up through the spirit is because I've been watching a lot of these online. You know, when I have spare time and stuff, sometimes, you know, when you use your YouTube, you know, the algorithm builds and they'll put, you know, some interesting police cam footage on, you know, on the algorithm, like, you know, like the one that you see right here. And I watch it and be like, man, Jake is stupid. Jake dumb as fuck, which is the overall consensus, which is, you know, safe to say. All right. Isaiah 1 says the whole head is sick, you know. So, you know, a lot of our people messed up. But at the same time, especially when you start maturing in this faith, you start looking at why people are the way they are. Now, I watched this movie, which I'm going to read a little bit on the article of the review of the movie. It's called Power. And it's about the start of the slave patrol and the start of the paramilitary force. I forgot what they call the paramilitary complex, you know, which is the police system, you know. And I kind of, and if you look at that documentary, ever since, you know, the slave patrols and everything like that, it's just been the spirit of our people to like kind of revolt against, you know, these people, all right, that are put in control, you know, to oppress us. And I kind of got a light heart for, you know, sometimes like it's just basically a product of the trauma that we received through slavery, which, you know, which we all go through even to this day. That's why slavery was so pivotal. All right. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get into the article. But, you know, I'm going to finish watching the elders video, which, you know, is very spiritual that he did it on this subject. And I was contemplating on doing this lesson. And there it is. So without further ado, let's get into this article. All right. Power 2024 Netflix review, the unflinching examination of law enforcement. Okay. Now, Salaki. Now, when you watch this movie, it's very unsettling because it's showing the raw truth of how, you know, basically Esau was nervous and scared of letting Jacob out of slavery. All right. Now, let's get a scripture before we go any further. Isaiah 10:1. And it reads, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. They turn aside the needy for judgment, and take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So this whole thing was set up. This whole thing was set up to oppress our people, to further oppress our people. Now, we already went through slavery. Okay, now we was coming out of that slavery, and they instituted things called black laws, where basically allowed every Edomite to, or every so-called white person, to arrest or detain any black person that they see. So without having proper training, just based off pure hatred for Jake, the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, these people were given basically a deputy's badge. I forgot what they call it. Basically, what they not swear you in, but basically make you an honorary deputy or something like that. You know, and it's hard to watch it. You can get mad. You get mad. You go through a variety of emotions, but nonetheless, the information is you know, is good information. So here's a little bit on this Power Yancey's Ford 2024 documentary. electrifies the viewer from the first frame, pulling no punches in the examination of American policing. The film stands as a stark, unflinching exploration of the roots and repercussions of law enforcement practices in the United States. Available on Netflix, this documentary not only informs but deeply engages, blending rigorous historical analysis with vivid personal narratives. Okay, Ford begins his journey by tracing the lineage of modern policing back to its unsettling images. By uncovering the role of slave patrols and black codes, he reveals the foundation upon which contemporary law enforcement is built. And that's just basically through reincarnation, these people that were part of the slave force, or they very well could be back, or they're the children of them people that's back. And it's in them, man. Okay, we know, we know our enemy through the spirit and poverty, how about Shem Yahushua, but our people don't. So it's not it's not expedient to fight the police. But at the same time, I see through the spirit while our people are so staunchly against the modern day police force. All right, because it has origins in corruption, racism, and just being a Satirian, man. All right, so yeah, man. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. All right, back to the basics, because we got to start back at the origins of why we are in this predicament. So let's start around the 15th verse. But if it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Okay, so cursed shall thou be, in Babylon. Hey, cursed shall thou be, in the whole world, pretty much, because the field is the whole world, right? Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Let's skip now. Let's go to 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them. Shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. So that's going into us fleeing from the homeland, and basically ended up in various captivities. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what I'm looking for. I haven't been in Deuteronomy 28 in a while. Let's see. Yeah, this is good too. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord Yahweh shall lead thee. So niggas speaks. We've been called all that under the sun. Let's see what I'm looking for. He shall lead. Yeah, basically we should have fear. Basically we should fear on all sides. Because when Jake gets pulled over, even if everything is like kosher, everything is good, like your license is in order, your registration is in order, you still get nervous because you don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's somewhere here, but I'm gonna go at 45 for time's sake. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of thy Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded. So that's part of our punishment. Okay, being under the neck of these these heathen, especially the top heathen. Moving on to Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. But thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. So that's right, man. If you watch this documentary, man, it's really hard to watch. All right, how people got treated just by walking in the streets, got spit on, kicked in the ass, the dogs sicked on them, and on the kids too. Water hoses, them high pressure water hoses that tear off your skin, just sprayed at them, man. And all these, and the first thing I thought was like, man, y'all got something exquisite judgment coming, because y'all have touched the apple of the Lord's eye. Even after, okay, when our captivity was supposed to have an end. Okay, that was the end of slavery. So called. All right, because the Emancipation Proclamation is such bullshit. I can't even say it. But the Emancipation Proclamation pretty much just means the transfer of rulership to another. So we went from being owned by slave masters to being owned by these companies and ultimately being owned by the bankers. And you can see that a la your driver's license, your birth certificate, and so on and so forth. Here it is, Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay, all right, slavery was done for, but they kept going. All right, there was black laws. They didn't want, you had certain ones that say, oh, slavery ain't over, even though, the Emancipation Proclamation, whatever bullshit that is. It is. Esau just didn't want to let us go, man. And they got a judgment for it. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. And since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So, hey, that's their ultimate end. That's the ultimate judgment for the Lord to, destroy them as a people after 1,000 years of slavery. Now, I'm going to go to Genesis 27 because this is their forefather Esau. And Esau, all right, this is the hatred that he has in his heart for us, because going back to going back to Genesis. All right, so this is a long-seated, deep hatred that you can't reverse. Like I'm going to show you at the last scripture I got. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob, okay? Esau is the so-called white man. Jacob is the 12 tribes, you so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Yaquab or Jacob. So this is still his sentiment to this day. This is still his mind state. Okay, the Lord has not reversed his mind state. Okay, and that's why, hey, you can't be buddy with the devil, man. All right, now a lot of our people are gonna see it when it's too late. Revelation 12 and 9, and the great serpent was cast out, that old serpent, all right, called the devil and Satan. So this is not talking about the spiritual demon devil or the spiritual demon Satan. This is talking about his offspring on the earth, which is Eve, or Adawamia, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And that's what they do. They put things that, are against the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave only to us, to try to trip us up and be like, see, Lord, these are not your people. I deserve the birthright spiritually. And it's pretty deep for real when you think about it. All right. And this is the last one, because us brethren, and a few aquaf that's in the truth. All right. We see Esau for who he is. All right. Revelation 12 and I'm going to start at 2 and then skip down. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that gives no alms. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. So you got to know, the Lord hates sinners, man. In verse 6, got to watch who you give to. But this is the point. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy. And who's our mortal enemy? The one that broke the brotherly code at the beginning. Okay, that devil, Satan, that old serpent. All right, thou never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So you can't. It's hard to reverse rust once it grabs onto a certain metal. So just as it's hard to reverse rust once it's deep set in the metal, this deep set evil, wickedness, and hatred toward our people, you can't reverse it, and it's gonna get worse in these days. All right, the Lord said they'll be like madmen, sparing none. All right, they're gonna go fucking crazy. Right? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So I say that the end on this, man, that goes into a lot of things, but especially leading up to the MOTB. Okay, a lot of our people are going to go down to Egypt for help. And only to be snared by this devil to eternal damnation, which is not hell, but however long the Lord has you roasting and burning and melting in the lake of fire, which is over here, Babylon the Great, via those thermonuclear missiles and also the concentrated fire from the chariots. So, Lord willing, I was edifying him, ending with that, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. Shalom.